So Paul made a comment the other day about how there's a distinct flavor to American YouTubers where most of them wear hats indoors, and the way he was brought up, and the way I was brought up actually, was to not wear a hat indoors because it was either disrespectful or just courteous to take your hat off when you go indoors. So I walked past my cabinet today and I saw my hat and I went, I'm going to wear a hat today for Paul. Take a guess, which one sells for more? Any guesses? This one has metallic paint, and it even has like a little question mark on the top. And most people, when they look at this, they go, this is a special edition because the paint looks special. This looks like an ordinary character. But it does have the word Supero Vanlig on it. Essentially, this is a super chase car. This is the more valuable car. I like this conversation because depending on how you approach the category, you'll arrive at a different conclusion. So for example, if you approach it from a, I'm just going to research cars, and as in the franchise cars, and look at the diecast cars and find myself with a brochure of the releases, I will immediately know this is the super chase car. Keep an eye out for it. It's the most valuable one in the set for that year. But if I approach it from surely a special edition must look special, this is the one that I would think is more valuable, and I'd be looking for this car. Completely ignoring the existence of this car. I just assume if I don't see it, it probably isn't a thing. Some people might even come to the conclusion, if they see this loose in an op shop, and go, is it even real? Is it fake? Who knows? Because if you come, so those two angles, two different conclusions already, unless someone points out that this is valuable, like I'm doing now. If you come at it from a sought after character point of view, because you've watched the movie and you recognize the character, you'd pick this one up as, again, because you'd go, this is Ramon. Ramon is a popular character. I've not seen this paint work before. I've seen the classic purple one, screenshot. I've seen the green one, screenshot. I've seen the blue one, you know. This one I haven't seen before. So you're basing it on your exposure level. Forget about the fact that the internet has all this information freely available if you wanted to search for it. But a lot of resellers do this. They just learn as they go, and that's normal. They'd still end up picking up this one instead of this one. And if you do watch the movie, you'll realize this guy only shows up for like a brief moment. So, and oftentimes, toy manufacturers are quite cheeky that way. They will allow you to have all the common characters and some variation of those common characters for a slight premium. And then they'll pick some random obscure character and call it a chase car, or a super chase car, or a super treasure hunt, or a treasure hunt. And you wouldn't know it unless you really get into the franchise and the toy release memos and put it together. You'd go, this car. So for context, here's how much they both sold for. Both of them on the shelf were $8 at the time of release. This sold on eBay for $25. This sold for $70. 25, 70. So the takeaway here is not go hunt for this car. If you keep hunting if you go hunting for this car, you're probably not going to find very many of this car, because it's in the 3 years that I've been selling Pixar cars, I reckon this is like the fourth one I've seen. So this one I see a lot more often. Takeaway from this segment is to recognize your starting point when researching a category, because the different starting points will lead you to different conclusions, and depending on your, I don't want to say tolerance, but depending on your good enough, let's call it your good enough. If you know that it's an $8 car brand new and you can get $10 for it, and you find yourself selling one for 25, if that's good enough for you as far as sought after versus normal value, you may just go, yep, no more research needed. And you might even pick this up and put it on eBay for $10, not even knowing. Because you go and see, you might comp it at a time where there's like two listed and they're also listed for really stupid prices, and you might go, nah, because $25 is good enough, surely this shouldn't be going for 70, you might put it up for 25, they'll sell immediately, and you'll think nothing more of it. So really like recognize your starting point to category research that leads you to a place that could be correct, incorrect, complete, incomplete knowledge.